Hey everybody, this is Ahmed here, and this is going to be like a showcase of the Bravely Default Collector's Edition for the Nintendo 3DS. Unfortunately, it's hard to do a proper unboxing for my copy since it's unfortunately been damaged through shipping, as you can see. So I decided just to take the materials off and showcase them for you. So there's damage here. That's shipping through Amazon is sometimes unfortunate. They didn't put it in a box, they put it like in a bag, and it got unfortunately damaged, which sucks, There's a lot of damaged material from Amazon, so that's kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? At least we got the collector's edition here, at least I got it, So here's the basic material that you'll find in the collector's edition. First off is the game itself. Nothing really fancy, except for this sticker that says also plays on Nintendo 2DS, that's kind of new. And it does say like a part of the bundle here, so I don't know if you register this on Club Nintendo, whether or not it will give you some extra material, tell you that you're actually registering the collector's edition. I'm not really sure. So yeah, this is the sampler soundtrack. I like the artwork on the sampler soundtrack, but unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed with collector's editions these days, especially for RPGs. Because they put the sampler soundtrack and it's just not the complete soundtrack. It's unfortunate. RPGs have a long, massive soundtrack with awesome tracks, like over 30-40 tracks, which are really produced really well. And Bravely Default is one of these RPGs. It's actually produced by a band, so that's really interesting. It has this symphonic rock, progressive metal type thing going on. So the sampler has only 10 tracks, and that sucks. So I don't know what they want to do here. It's really unfortunate that they can't bundle in the full soundtrack, and I don't think we're gonna get the full soundtrack outside of Japan. So I don't know what they want us to do exactly. I'm usually against torrenting and against pirating, but I love supporting games like this. I really do, and I love supporting the collector's edition. And I bought it because I want to support Bravely Default, and I would like to have like a full-on material and a full-on soundtrack with the collector's edition, not a sampler. So I don't know. There's as if they're telling us to torrent the soundtrack or pirate the soundtrack, because I own the collector's edition and I do have part of the soundtrack. So why can't I own the full soundtrack? So yeah, that's my short rant about this. I should make a full video about it later. So anyway, this is the cards that you get. This is not any type of cards. These are AR cards, which should work in some way with the game. Like the 3DS camera should detect these cards. And first off, the material itself is absolutely awesome. It's not your typical AR card. Usually with the 3DS AR cards, the one that are bundled with the 3DS, they're sort of like plasticky. Even I remember the Kid Icarus AR cards weren't exactly like awesome. These are really good. The material is awesome. It's as if you're holding cards in your hand, and the artwork is pretty good. The first couple of cards display artwork, like drawn artwork, and the rest is like from in-game character model artwork, and they're good stuff. And I don't know about the exact functionality of this. I'm curious to see what exactly that we could do with these cards. I'm not really sure how the game integrates them, but we'll find out in due time. Nice, very nice. Okay. That's it with the cards. And finally, we have the Bravely Default Deluxe Art Book. And in contrast to the soundtracks that are bundled with the collector's editions, the developers, and especially the guys who make RPG collector's editions, they do go full on with the art books. I do give them that. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. The art books are usually great with the collector's editions, and they like to showcase like concept material and concept art and whatnot. So let me give you a full display of this. And the art is absolutely awesome. It's interesting to see how the artwork developed from concept stage to in-game models and in-game material. And as you can see, the proportions start off as being a bit realistic, and then they get to the chibi cartoonish like proportions to the game, which I don't mind actually. But it's nice to see the realistic contrast in terms of artwork. They show the chibi versions of the in-game and how it's developed from the original proportions. It's pretty good stuff. It's pretty interesting to see. And I like both. It's not like I'm harping on them. It's nice. It's a nice, interesting design choice because it does like scream old school and screams Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy V and whatnot. So it's when they put the chibi artwork, and it works well when you see the battle system flowing, and it does feel like a classic turn-based game remade or rejuvenated in today's age, especially when you see the animation of these chibi models when they're hitting. It's typical Final Fantasy with the crystals and whatnot. So yeah, we all know that Bravely Default is originally a spiritual sequel to Final Fantasy, the Four Heroes of Light for the Nintendo DS, and then it turned into its own thing. Yeah, this looks exactly like the environment in the demo, I remember. That's the area or the town that you play in the demo version, which I absolutely loved. I put in 15 hours into the demo version and it was very addicting, so looking forward to this one. Lots of groups here: Sky Knights, Blood Rose, Black Blades. Curious about this. Yeah, this is interesting. See, this is more cartoony, more anime-ish. It's kind of different from the usual artwork you see with the other character models. These guys look, especially her, she looks very cartoony, very like old school Sailor Moon 70s type thing going on there. The environments are absolutely awesome. They see how the progress from stencil to color. It's just really cool to see these things. These guys really go all out. I like it when Square actually the developer Silicon Studios, these are the guys that made 3D Dot Game Heroes, the Fox Retro PS3 game, which I didn't complete, unfortunately, which I need to get back to that, by the way. So yeah, this is just about it. Cool stuff. Very nice, very nice. I'm glad Nintendo published this, and like I said, overall the collector's edition has some interesting things. The cards and the artworks are really good, but the soundtrack is always usually disappointing with these type of stuff. I really wish that they could give us the full-on soundtrack via free download on Club Nintendo or something. That will at least, heighten my spirits instead of like me being all guilty and pirating it and torrenting it, because they are released in Japan, but to get the soundtrack here, it's extremely expensive. Still is. Soundtracks should cost like $20, $25. That's how typical movie and music CDs cost. Even the digital versions are even more cheaper when you get them as a bundle, like $15 and less, depending on who you ask. But with this, you're getting the collector's edition, and this took me a ton to ship here to the Middle East. Like I paid $20 shipping plus the collector's edition. How much does it cost? $60, if I'm not mistaken. $60, $50. I can't remember the exact price. So yeah, I do feel somewhat guilty by promoting something of that sort. But I would really like a full-on soundtrack with these releases instead of the cheapy sampler ones with 10 tracks. At least I hope they just at least have the best tracks in the game in this. Anyway, that's my short rant for that, and hope you enjoyed this showcase / Fox unboxing video, and look forward to some gameplay soon. I would like to display some Bravely Default gameplay. I know there are a lot running in the internet, but and YouTube, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes, and as usual, check out the rest of the videos and like, comment, whatever you guys want to do. Anything you want to see in particular, just mention it, and we'll be in touch. Catch you later, dudes. Bye.